Welcome back to Amazing World Facts. Today we journey back to ancient Greece, a civilization renowned for its monumental contributions to philosophy, science, and the arts. But there's one intriguing tradition that often goes unnoticed, a tradition that aimed to end loneliness and foster deep human connections. Stay with us as we uncover the unusual ancient Greek tradition that ended loneliness. Hello, curious minds. I'm your host, and today we're diving into an ancient Greek tradition that's as fascinating as it is heartwarming. In a world that can often feel isolating, the ancient Greeks had a unique approach to building relationships and ensuring no one felt alone. Let's explore this remarkable tradition together. To understand this tradition, we need to look beyond the grand structures and heroic myths of ancient Greece and step into the daily lives of its people. In particular, we turn our attention to the tradition known as philia, a profound type of friendship that was considered essential to personal and societal well-being. The Greeks had a rich vocabulary for love, with terms like eros for romantic love, agape for divine or unconditional love, and philia for friendship. But philia wasn't just any friendship. It was a deep bond of mutual respect, shared values, and trust, often seen as one of the highest forms of love. Philia went beyond mere companionship. It was about creating meaningful connections that provided emotional support, intellectual stimulation, and a sense of belonging. In a society where communal life was the norm, these bonds were vital. Philia was cultivated in various ways, through shared meals, philosophical discussions in the agora, athletic training in the gymnasiums, and even through the practice of symposia, or drinking parties, where men would gather to discuss ideas and enjoy each other's company. The symposium was more than just a social gathering. It was an institution where friendships were formed and strengthened. Participants, known as symposiasts, would recline on couches, drink wine, engage in music and poetry, and delve into deep conversations. Imagine a cozy evening with friends, where wine flows, laughter abounds, and discussions range from the mundane to the metaphysical. These gatherings were pivotal in creating and maintaining philia. They provided a structured yet relaxed environment for bonding. Symposia were also inclusive of various intellectuals, poets, and thinkers, fostering an environment where diverse perspectives could meet. This inclusivity was crucial in forming well-rounded, deep connections that went beyond superficial acquaintance. Another important tradition that helped combat loneliness was xenia, the concept of guest friendship or hospitality. In ancient Greece, strangers were treated with the utmost respect and kindness, as Zeus himself was considered the protector of guests. Xenia was more than just a cultural norm, it was a sacred duty. Hosts would provide food, shelter, and protection to their guests, often forming lasting friendships. This practice not only ensured travelers felt welcome, but also created a network of mutual support across different regions. Through xenia, the Greeks created a society where loneliness was mitigated by the assurance that one would be welcomed and cared for, even far from home. This tradition reinforced the interconnectedness of their communities. The philosophical schools of ancient Greece also emphasized the importance of philia. Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle all wrote extensively on friendship, seeing it as essential to a virtuous and fulfilling life. Aristotle, in particular, identified three types of friendships: those of utility, pleasure, and the highest form, friendships of the good, based on mutual respect and admiration for each other's character. He argued that true happiness could only be achieved through such deep and meaningful connections. These philosophical perspectives weren't just academic, they influenced everyday practices and values, encouraging individuals to seek out and nurture profound friendships as a path to personal and communal well-being. While much of what we know about philia comes from male-centric accounts, women in ancient Greece also formed deep, supportive bonds. Though their social roles were more restricted, women found ways to connect through religious rituals, weaving circles, and family gatherings. Women would often gather for festivals dedicated to goddesses like Demeter and Artemis, sharing in communal worship and activities that reinforced their social bonds. These gatherings provided essential support networks in a patriarchal society. These female friendships, though less documented, were just as vital in creating a sense of belonging and emotional support. They illustrate the universality of the need for deep, meaningful connections. The ancient Greek tradition of fostering deep, meaningful relationships has left a lasting legacy. In our modern world, where loneliness is often described as an epidemic, we can learn much from their emphasis on philia and community. Today, creating spaces for meaningful connections can be as simple as organizing regular gatherings with friends, participating in community activities, or even joining online groups that share your interests. The essence of philia is timeless. It's about prioritizing deep human connections over superficial interactions. By embracing the spirit of philia, we can build communities that support and uplift each other, just as the ancient Greeks did. In a world where we are more connected, yet often feel more isolated than ever, these lessons from the past are incredibly relevant. Thank you for joining us on this journey through ancient Greece and the beautiful tradition that helped end loneliness. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Amazing World Facts for more fascinating insights from history. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon to never miss an update from Amazing World Facts.